Yeah, we can start.
Namaskaram and good evening to one and all. Welcome to the evening concert of Day 2 of Anubhav 2021. I am Meera Mahadevan, joining from Zurich in Switzerland. Originally from Kerala, I am pursuing my master's in integrated building systems at ETH Zurich, and I'm volunteering with the Europe chapter of SPIC MACAY.
Good evening and namaskaram to everyone. My name is Raghavi Vishwanath, and I'm tuning in from Florence in Italy, where I'm pursuing a PhD in international law. Together with Meera, I'm also a volunteer for SPIC MACAY's Europe chapter. On behalf of the entire SPIC MACAY team, it gives us great pleasure to welcome you to this evening concert by Sangeeta Kalanidhi Vidushi Aruna Sairam as part of SPIC MACAY's Anubhav 2021. Considered a doyen of Carnatic music, Vidushi Aruna Sairam has enthralled audiences with the unique timbre of her voice, the bhava and meditative worshipful qualities of her music, and her embracing of multilingual poetic traditions, of which the Abhang is just one part. To quote poet Perumal Murugan from his sparrow song Vetta Veliyil, where he describes the flight of a sparrow as a metaphor for his inner self, he notes, எட்டு திக்கும் சுற்றி சுற்றி சொட்ட சொட்ட பறக்குது முருக சொட்ட சொட்ட பறக்குது வெட்டு வெளியில் சுட்டி பறக்குது. I'm sure that listeners of Vidushi Aruna Sairam's music will attest that this is also a metaphor for the experience of listening to her music.
Having started her initial training under her mother, Srimati Rajalakshmi Sevaraman, Vidushi Aruna Sairam later came under the tutelage of legends such as Sangeeta Kalanidhi Srimati T. Brenda, Sri A.S. Mani, Sri T.R. Subramaniam, Sri K.V. Narayanaswamy, and Sri Ramachandran. From them, she inherited distinct musical styles and inimitable style of Pallavi and Viritam singing.
After her 2011 concert at the Royal Albert Hall in London, where she performed as part of the BBC Proms, Vidushi Aruna Sairam was hailed as the new Queen of Soul, a title previously reserved for the legendary Aretha Franklin. For her irreplaceable contributions to the world of Carnatic music, Vidushi Aruna Sairam has been awarded the Sangeeta Kalanidhi, the Sangeeta Kalaimamani, the Sangeet Natak Academy Award, the Padma Shri, as well as the US Proclamation of Excellence, amongst other awards.
Vidushi Aruna Sairam dons many hats today, from being an esteemed composer, a humanitarian, academic, and so on. Through her Nada Yogam Trust, which was founded in 2011, she works towards the music education of underprivileged children. And the Aruna Sairam Foundation looks to create opportunity for young aspiring musicians, many of whom are in our audience today. It's a great privilege to have you here, ma'am. Along with Aruna, it's our greatest pleasure to welcome Vidwan Sri L. Ramakrishnan, who will be accompanying ma'am on the violin. Sri L. Ramakrishnan started learning Carnatic violin under Vidushi Srimati Visalam Vagishwar and later came under the tutelage of Vidushi Dr. A. Kanyakumari and Vidwan T. K. Govindarao, amongst others. Widely lauded, Vidwan Ramakrishnan is known for his familiarity with various Pathandarams, his Shruti alignment, and his unique skill of embellishing and enhancing the creativity of the co-artist with a supportive demeanor.
On the Mridangam, we have Mridangam Maestro Vidwan Sri Patri Satish Kumar. Initiated into music by his noted violinist mother, Srimati Padmavati, Sri Patri Satish Kumar has trained under gurus Sri Ramachandra Murthy, Sri V.A. Swami, and Sri Narsimhan. Known for his deft fingering techniques and his deep understanding of Sahitya Bhava, Sri Patri Satish Kumar has been awarded the title of Asthana Vidwan by the Kanchi Kamakoti Pitham, Mridanga Nadamani, as well as Navayuganandi. It is our absolute privilege to have the three of you here with us today, and we thank you for agreeing to share your music with us live, which is a challenge of its own. To our listeners, we request you to stay till the end, where we'll have a short interactive session with the artists. With this, I hand over the virtual stage to Vidushi Aruna Sairam.
Namaskar to everyone. We are very happy to be here, to be singing for you. And although we can't see you in close proximity, we know that you're all out there enjoying and sharing this beautiful moment with us. I'm going to straight get into the music first, and then we can talk a little bit about what we are presenting as we go on. Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayana Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam Narayanam Narayanam Namami Narayanam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Vadami Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayanam Shriman Narayana Shriman Narayana Shriman Narayana Shriman Narayana Shriman Narayana Shriman Narayana Ni Shri Padame Saranu Shriman Narayana Shriman Narayana Shriman Narayana Ni Padame मे शरणं श्रीमन्नारायण 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 ने श्रीपाद मे शरणं कमला सती मुख कमल कमल गीत कमल प्रिय कमलेक्षण कमला सती मुख कमल कमल गीत कमल प्रिय कमलेक्षण कमलासन गीत गरुड गमन श्री कमलनाभ निपद कमल में शरणो कमलासन गीत गरुड गमन श्री कमलनाभ निपद कमल में शरणो श्रीमन्नारायण 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 श्रीपाद में शरणं परमयोगी जन भागधेय श्री परम पुरुष परात्परा परम योगी जन भागधेय श्री परम पुरुष परात्परा परमात्मा परमाणु रूप श्री तिरुवेंकटगिरि देव परमात्मा परमाणु रूप श्री तिरुवेंकटगिरि देव नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण श्रीमन्नारायण श्रीपाद में शरणु 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 ये जो कॉम्पोजिशन हमने प्रस्तुत किया ये द ग्रेट कंपोजर तल्लपाकम अन्नमाचार्य ऑफ तिरुपति उनका है और काफ़ी सालों तक ये तो हुए थे कभी 16th 15th सेंचुरी में, लेकिन थोड़े अरसे के बाद उनके सब कॉम्पोजिशंस भुलाए गए, कुछ पता नहीं था कहाँ थे। ऐसे थे एक कंपोजर वो भी पता नहीं था। फिर मिरेक्युलसली बाद में रिसेंटली 100 साल के अंदर तिरुपति टेम्पल में नियर द मेन मंडपम ऑफ द सैंक्टम सेंक्टोरम में कॉपर प्लेट्स में इनके सारे कॉम्पोजिशंस मिले। हमारा सौभाग्य है कि वो मिले और तब से इनका प्रचार और इनकी जो प्रचलित जो रीति है वो शुरू हो गई और आज इनके इतने सेलिब्रेटेड कॉम्पोजिशंस हैं कि आप बॉस जैसे आपने सुना भी, तो ये था। और जो पहले मैंने श्लोक गाया था नमामि नारायण, दैट वाज बाय कुलशेखर आळवार. नाउ दैट वाज 9th century and he was the king of what is now known as the Kerala region. So he composed, he was a Vaishnavite saint and he composed this beautiful verse. As we continue experience, as I would call it, I say that because कर्नाटक संगीत में जब आप कर्नाटक संगीत सुनते हैं तो आपको उसकी जो मेन स्थायी भाव है ये आप समझ लीजिए, तो आपकी रसिकता और ज़्यादा हो जाएगी. इसमें मध्य कालम जो बोलते हैं, मध्यम कालम, मध्य लय, ये इसकी मेन स्थायी भाव है. और मध्य लय में ये कर्नाटिक म्यूजिक खिल उठता है. इसकी जो सोल है वो मध्य लय में है. ऑफ कोर्स हमारे पास विलंबित के बहुत पीसेस हैं, ध्रुत के भी बहुत पीसेस हैं, लेकिन मध्य लय is something special of Carnatic. It's a celebrative kind of a mood in which we present Carnatic music. In that strain, I'm going to present for you with these wonderful artists who are with me a composition of Swami Tyagaraja. That was 18th and 19th century, and the raga is Jayantashri. He sings a composition Marugelara O Raghava in this raga. I'm going to present. Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O मरुगेल चराचर रूपा मरुगेल चराचर रूपा मरुगेल चराचर रूपा मरुगेल चराचर रूपा रूप परात्पर सूर्य सुधाकर लोचना मरुगेल चराचर रूप परात्पर सूर्य सुधाकर लोचना अन्निनीवनोचु अन्तरङ्गमूल अन्निनीवनोचु अन्तरङ्गमूल तिन्नगा వెదగి తెలిసి కుంటినయ్య అన్ని నీవనుచు అంతరంగమూన తిన్నగా ನನ್ನ ಜಾಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಗಾನಿ ಮದಿನಿ ನನ್ನ ಜಾಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಗಾನಿ ಮದಿನಿ ನನ್ನ ಜಾಲ ನೋರುಲ ನನ್ನು ಪ್ರೋಭು ಐಯ ತ್ಯಾಗರಾಜ ನಿನ್ನ ಗಾನಿ ಮದಿನಿ ನನ್ನ ಜಾಲ ನೋರುಲ ನನ್ನು ಪ್ರೋಭು ಐಯ ತ್ಯಾಗ ರಾಜನೂದ ಮರುಗೇಲನ ಓ ರಾಘವ ಮರುಗೇಲನ ಓ ರಾಘವ ಮರುಗೇಲನ ಓ ರಾಘವ ये हमने जो कृति प्रस्तुत की, that was a composition of Tyagaraja along with two other great composers, Muthuswami Dikshitar, Shama Shastri. The three of them, Tyagaraja and the other two that I mentioned, इनको हम बहुत ही प्रणाम करते हैं संगीत की दुनिया में. कर्नाटक संगीत आज जैसे है, जिस स्वरूप में है, वो इनके बदौलत है. तो इनको हम द म्यूजिकल ट्रिनिटी ऑफ कर्नाटिक म्यूजिक के स्थाई पर उनको नमन करते हैं. दे आर इमॉर्टल कंपोजर्स whose compositions are with us today. Now, I told you about Tyagaraja. Now, when Tyagaraja was a young child, what did he listen to? That he grew to be such a great composer. His mother would sing for him compositions of Bhadrachala Ramadasa. That is the beauty. See, ये जो प्रथा है, ये एक जनरेशन के बाद एक जनरेशन वैसे इसकी चलन होती है और कान से सुनते हैं, दिल में इस संगीत को लेते हैं और फिर वो पनपती है दूसरे स्वरूप में. And that is how we get greater and greater musicians and greater composers. That is how. So, Bhadrachala Ramadasa, who was a predecessor of Tyagaraja in a generation or more, he was a great composer too. And we are going to present a short आलाप. आज आलापचारी और जो क्रिएटिव म्यूज़िक है, इसकी सीमाएं हम कम रखे हैं क्योंकि आपको जितना हो सके, we want to present for you the varied colors of the Carnatic idiom. So I'm not going to get into a very long alap, but yes, it is a part of Carnatic music presentation. Purvi Kalyani Ragam, the Kriti will follow after the alap. this composition, he says, O Rama, ni namam yemi ruchira. O Rama, when I utter your name, why do I feel such a pleasant, such a palatable taste in my mouth? Because of the sweetness of your grace. That's what he says. O Rama, ni namam yemi ruchira. O Rama, ni namam yemi ruchi. O Rama, ni namam yemi ruchira. Shri Rama, ni namam. Shri Rama, ni namam yenta ruchira. O Rama, ni namam yemi ruchira. Shri Rama, ni namam yenta ruchira. O Rama, ni namam yemi ఎంత రుచిరా రామా, ఎంత రుచిరా రామా, ఏమి రుచిరా రామా, ఎంత రుచిరా రామా, ఏమి రుచిరా రామా. ఓ రామ, నీ నామం ఏమి రుచిరా. ఎంత రుచిరా రామా, ఏమి రుచిరా రామా. ఓ రామ, నీ నామం ఏమి రుచిరా. ఓ రామ, నీ నామం ఏమి రుచి. మధురసముల కంటే దధికృతముల కంటే ఆదిరసమగు నామం ఏమి రుచి. ద్రాక్షరసము కన్న ఇక్షురసము కన్న పక్షి వాహన నామం ఏమి రుచిరా. ఓ రామ, నీ నామం ఏమి రుచి. తుంబురు నారదలు డంబు మీరగ పానము చేసి నామం ఏమి రుచి. రామ భద్రాచల ధామ రామదాసుని. రామ భద్రాచల ధామ రామదాసుని. ప్రేమ నెలీన నామం ఏమి రుచిరా. ఓ రామ, నీ నామం ఏమి రుచి. దాదా దసనిద మద పమ గరి గమో. రామ, నీ నామం So what we are doing now is we are improvising on Sargam. Dani pa mada pa magari gamo. Rama, ni namam sanida ni pada pa sanida pamaga sanida pamaga sanida pamaga sanida pamaga sanida gari sa ri sa da sanida pamanida pamaga ri ga mo ra ni namam wish. Gari 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 ni da magari ni da magari 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 gari di sada sada sa sa ri 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 gari ri gari ri gari ga 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 ma da pa ma pa ga ni da ni ba da pam da ba ri sa da 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 ri ri sa da 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 ri ri sa da 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 ri ri sa da da ri ri sa da sa ri sa da sa ri sa da sa ri sa da sa ri sa ri 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 ga ri ri sa ni da 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 sa sa ri 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 ga ri sa da 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 sa sa ri da ri 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 ga ri sa da 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 sa sa ma da da sa 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 ga ga ma ma da 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 re re ga ga ma 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 ga ga ma da 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 ma ma da da sa sa ri 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 ga ri sa ni da 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 sa sa ri ga ri ri ga ri ri ga ri ri ga ri sa ni da 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 sa sa ri ga da 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 ri ga ma da da ri ga 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 ma ma da da sa sa ri ga ri ri ga ri ri ga ri ri ga ni namam emirnuchi अभी तक तो हमने थोड़ी ऐतिहासिक सफ़र कर ली। हमने 18th 19th सेंचुरी को देखा, 15th को देखा, 9th को देखा, जैसे ये परंपरा चली आ रही है। और खुशी की बात ये है कि आज भी टुडे ऑल्सो वी हैव सच ग्रेट कंपोजर्स हु आर कंपोजिंग सच ब्यूटिफुल वर्क्स। आई एम गोइंग टू रेंडर a song which is from a contemporary composer, Tanjavur Shankarayar. He recently passed on just about a month ago at the age of 93. And also I have such great pride in letting you know that he was my mother's guru. And he has composed a beautiful song on Shivji, Mahadeva Shiv Shambho. I will precede it with a shloka on Jaya Shambho. In Revati Raga. It is also known as Ahir Bhairav in the Hindustani system. Jaya Shambho Vibho Rudra Swayambho Jaya Shambho Vibho Rudra Swayambho Jaya Shambho Vibho Rudra Swayambho Jaya Shankara Jayeshwara Jaya Jaya Sarvajna Kamada Jaya Sarvajna Kamada Shambho Jaya Shambho Vibho Rudra Swayambho Jaya Shankara Jayeshwara Jayeshana Jaya Sarvajna Kamada Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Shri Marakoti Sundara Prabhu Shri Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Shri Marakoti Sundara Prabhu Shri Mahadeva Shiva Shambho Sahasra Koti Jana Palana Sahasra Koti Jana Palana Sadhu Samrakshana Pavana Sadhu Samrakshana Pavana Shiva Shambho Sarveshwara Karunakara Murte Sarveshwara Karunakara Murte Samagana Priya Veda Parameshwara Gangadhara Kirte Magadev Shiva Shambhu Shri Marakoti Sundara Prabhu Shri Magadev Shiva Shambhu जैसे हम आगे बढ़ते जाते हैं, आई वुड लाइक टू प्रेजेंट विदाउट सिंगिंग सुब्रमण्य भारतीयार. I don't think one can really go forward because he was such an inspired poet. He has influenced the entire tone of not only Tamil speaking people but entire community that can appreciate his poetry. He was a great nationalist. He was known as Mahakavi. He made people run to fight for the freedom of our country and fight for freedom of every kind. And in this song, he's talking about Kakkai Chirahinile Nandalala, Nindan Kariya Niram Tondrudaye Nandalala. He says, when I see the crow and its black color, what am I reminded of? Of you, Krishna. Pakkum Marangalellam Nandalala, Nindan Pachai Niram Tondrudaye. When I see the trees, I see your green color. Ketkum Uliyalellam Nindan Geetam Isaikudada. When I hear any sound, it's your flute. So he just keeps thinking about Krishna in every aspect of life. Vrindavana Saranga, Tamil song composition by Subramanya Bharatiyar, Mahakavi. காக்கை சிறகினிலே நந்தலாலா, காக்கை சிறகினிலே நந்தலாலா, நிந்தன் கரிய நிறம் தோன்றுதையே நந்தலாலா, காக்கை சிறகினிலே நந்தலாலா, நிந்தன் கரிய நிறம் தோன்றுதையே நந்தலாலா, கக்கை சிறகினிலே நந்தலாலா. பார்க்கும் மரங்களெல்லாம் நந்தலாலா, கேட்கும் ஒலியிலெல்லாம் நந்தலாலா, நிந்தன் கீதம் இசை குதடா நந்தலாலா, கேட்கும் ஒலியிலெல்லாம் நந்தலாலா, நிந்தன் கீதம் இசை குதடா நந்தலாலா, தீக்குள் விரலை வைத்தால் நந்தலாலா, தீக்குள் விரலை வைத்தால் நந்தலாலா, நின்னை தீண்டும் இன்பம் தோன்றுதையே நந்தலாலா, தீக்குள் விரலை வைத்தால் நந்தலாலா, நின்னை தீண்டும் இன்பம் தோன்றுதையே நந்தலாலா, காக்கை சிறகினிலே நந்தலாலா, Nandala 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 We are now going to make forays into different regions of our country. The musical legacy that we have is immense, and you can't say that this is Carnatic, this is Hindustani, and that is not influenceable by this and this not influenced by that. That doesn't exist at all. Why? Because, see, Maharashtra, the Maratha kings came down to Tanjore, and they had several decades and centuries of rule in Tanjore. What did they do? They brought the Marathi culture into Tanjore. The Maharashtrian Harikatha, the storytelling, in fact the mridangam. I mean, when you hear Satish ji play the mridangam so beautifully, that traces back to Morkar Bua, who was a Maharashtrian who settled down in Tanjore. He had the patronage of the king of Tanjore, and he introduced a completely new way of percussion on the mridangam. Then came Narayana Swami Appa, then came Tanjavur Vaidyanathiar, then came Palakkad Mani Iyer, and this is one school. Then there is the Andhra school, and there is a Mysore school of playing. So you see, we cannot live in an isolation. That's why I want you to today taste many different hues of the Indian musical tradition. So we are going to present for you एक मराठी में एक गीत हम प्रस्तुत करते हैं. ये अभंग है, और अभंग जैसे आपने शायद सुनना होगा, जो पिलग्रिम्स हैं वो चलते हैं, और चलते 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 नाचते गाते वो विठ्ठल 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 पांडुरंग की स्मरण करते और गाते और पंढरपुर चले जाते दर्शन के लिए. तो संत नामदेव ने ये अभंग कंपोज किया हुआ है. तीर्थ विठ्ठल, क्षेत्र विठ्ठल, देव विठ्ठल, देव पूजा विठ्ठल, माता विठ्ठल, पिता विठ्ठल, बंधु विठ्ठल, गोत्र विठ्ठल, एवरीथिंग इज Vitthala. Tirtha Vitthala, Kshetra Vitthala, Tirtha Vitthala, Kshetra Vitthala, Deva Vitthala, Deva Puja Vitthala, 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 Vitthala. Tirtha Vitthala, Kshetra Vitthala, Tirtha Vitthala, Kshetra Vitthala, Tirtha Vitthala, Tirtha Vitthala, Kshetra 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 Vitthala, Deva Vitthala, Deva Puja विठ्ठल तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल देव विठ्ठल देव पूजा विठ्ठल 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 तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल माता विठ्ठल पिता विठ्ठल माता माता विठ्ठल पिता विठ्ठल माता पिता विठ्ठल 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 माता पिता माता विठ्ठल पिता विठ्ठल माता पिता विठ्ठल 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 माता माता विठ्ठल पिता विठ्ठल बंधू विठ्ठल गोत्र विठ्ठल तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल तीर्थ गुरु विठ्ठल गुरु देवता विठ्ठल गुरु विठ्ठल गुरु देवता विठ्ठल निदान विठ्ठल निरंतर विठ्ठल निदान विठ्ठल निरंतर विठ्ठल तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल तीर्थ नाम म्हणे माझा विठ्ठल सापडला नाम म्हणे माझा विठ्ठल सापडला नाम म्हणे माझा विठ्ठल सापडला म्हणून कळी काळा पाड नाही कळी काळा पाड नाही कळी काळा पाड नाही कळी काळा पाड नाही तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल देव विठ्ठल देव पूजा तीर्थ विठ्ठल क्षेत्र विठ्ठल 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 I would like to now share with you something very unusual, but as students and listening to ever so many different kinds of music, I thought you should have a glimpse of what we are now going to do. In my early years of my performing on stage, I wouldn't say very early, but थोड़े दिन बाद जब मैं परफॉर्म कर रही थी तो यूरोप में काफ़ी जाने का मुझे अवसर मिला. So all those students who are there, particularly Switzerland, I heard that one of you is from Switzerland. There are many more. I spent a lot of time in Basel, in Untersiggenthal near Zurich, and several weeks, months I spent there. Many of my pieces I learned when I was sitting there and spending time, and that place, and Europe has a very special place in my heart. So Dominic Vela, a great singer of Gregorian chant, he and I performed many concerts, and I'm going to sing an example of a piece that we sang. You have to bear with me for my singing of Dominic's part of the Gregorian chant, because I'm not trained to do that, but I would like you to listen to it. And the Carnatic side of it is a shloka composed by Adi Shankara, and the Gregorian chant is an ode to the Virgin Mother. So these two pieces come together, and you can see how they resonate so beautifully, showing that all of us, wherever we are, whichever culture we belong to, we yearn for the same kind of love, understanding, peace, and joy. And in these days, a lot of health and safety. शब्द ब्रह्ममयी चराचरमयी ज्योतिर्मयी वाङ्मयी नित्यानन्दमयी नित्यानन्दमयी निरञ्जनमयी तत्त्वं मयि चिन्मयि तत्त्वातीतमयि सर्वैश्वर्यमयी सर्वैश्वर्यमयी सदा शिवमयी मां पाहि मीनाम्बिके 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 अम्बिके 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 Ave Vergine gaudente Madre dell'Omnipotente, lo Señor permará de te fece madre filia. Sovro gli altro fiori aulente Ave Vergine gaudente Madre शब्द ब्रह्ममयी चराचरमयी Ave Vergine gaudente Mampa ಪಾಹಿ ಮೀನಾಂಬಿಕೆ Madre dell'omni potente Ambike Madre Ambike Ambike As a concluding piece, before we go into our question answer session, and I'm so very eager, all of us are, to know what it is that you would like to ask. We really want to engage in a conversation with you. But this is one piece that I certainly would like to share with you. So this is the story of Krishna. At the age of 5, have you heard the story that there was a ferocious snake called Kalinga or Kaliya who occupied the waters of Yamuna? And the people of Vrindavan wanted Krishna to do something about it. And this 5-year-old divine child that he was found a wonderful excuse. He dropped a ball while playing into the water, and then following that ball went into the water, went straight down right to the bottom of the riverbed, and woke up all the Naga Patnis, that is the wives, the serpents who were in the family of Kali, and they said, "Call Kali, I want to play with him." And the lady said, "No, please, Krishna, go away. You're such a beautiful child. You will get harmed by him. Just go away." But he wouldn't hear of it, and there ensued a beautiful dance. And you never knew whether ये खेल रहे हैं कि लड़ रहे हैं. ये पता ही नहीं चला क्या हुआ उस दिन. लेकिन कृष्णा और कालिया ने ऐसी धूम मचाई कि अभी सदियों से हम इसकी बात कर रहे हैं. कवियों के ऊपर कवियों इसकी वर्णन कर रहे हैं और भाषाओं में इसकी वर्णन कर रहे हैं. तो पहले मैं एक पोयम पढ़ूंगी कालिया मर्दन के बारे में, जो गोविंद प्रभु of the Ashtachap Kavis, he has composed. Kale hi mohan, kale hi sohan, काली कालिंदिया के तट आयो, काली कालिंदिया काली सी नागिन, काले से नाग को जाए जगायो, काले को नाथ लियो छिन में और काले से शीस पे नृत्य करायो. गोविंद यो प्रभु शोभा बखानत, काले को नाथ के नाथ कहायो. So kala, it was just black all over. The water was black, the snake was black, Krishna was black, the sky was black, the rain was black, and a beauty of black. And the same event, Kaliya Mardan, is described by way down south in Uthukadu by Uthukadu Venkata Subbayar near the town of Kumbakonam. He composed this Tillana describing the dance of Krishna on the 5-headed snake Kaliya, which we are going to present now. Tam tim taranatam, tam tim taranatam, dinatakinnatam tim taranatam, dinatakinnatam tim taranatam, dinatakinnatam tim taranatam. Tam tim taranatam, tam tim taranatam, ditta gida drguda gida drguda gida dadigina tam tim taranatam, ditta gida drguda gida dadigina tam tim taranatam, yamuna tadaga bangaru gabavatam tim taranatam, yamuna tadaga bangaru gabavatam gida Jaya 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 Tam Tim Taranada तामिततज्जं तकतज्जं तकदिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तकतज्जं तकदिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तकतज्जं तकदिकतज्जं तां तामिततज्जं तकतज्जं तकदिकतज्जं तां नीलमनोगरजालविभूषणनिरतजलन्धरभुजङ्गनर्त नीरजतडाग अधिगमृदुलपदनिकटतरङ्गो तुङ्गताडङ्गनिर्तकनिर्तकतां तकतै तकतदिमिदियत तकताकिटतगजगद्गृजगनन्दं दगजगदगजगद्गृजगनन्दं यमुनातडाग तुङ्गतरङ्गं हिमगरस्मिरितरमितशुभाङ्गम् इतस्ततस्तर करुणापाङ्गं यदिवर हृदय सरोरुह भृङ्गं दिनतदिल्लान 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 दृगतकिटदिल्लान अलक सिन्दूर अलक शृङ्गार वदन गम्भीर उरगपण सञ्चार नन्द सुकुमार नवनीत ददिचोर चन्दमणिगार जलभवदिनुत धीर नन्द सुकुमार नवनीत ददिचो चन्दमणिगार जलभवदिनुत धीर जय विजयी भवनन्द कुमार व्रज जन परमानन्द किशोर काळीय नटनानन्द गम्भीर करुणा रसयुध भाव शरीर रदीं तदां तदीं तदां तत्तै धीं तत्तां तदीं तत्तां ततै धिमिता धिमित किट जणु जुगुण गुणन्दरि तगुण गुणन्दरि धिमित ताकु धिमिता धिमित किट जणु गज कुमार महिमालंक वनमाला बुलंदर कृत कृतादार तज्जं तत्तगज्जं तत्तगड्डं तत्तगुर्रं तत्तज्जं तत्तगज्जं तत्तगड्डं तत्तगुर्रं तत्ताकु जनन्दरि ततकु जनन्दरि दा जनन्दरि दा धिमित किट जणु ताकु जनन्दरि ततकु जनन्दरि दा जनन्दरि दा धिमित किट जणु अद्भुत नर्तन चित्रित मुद्रित विद्यतमुद्भवम् अद्भुतमद्भुत ताकु जनन्दरि ततकु जनन्दरि दा अद्भुत नर्तन चित्रित मुद्रित विद्यतमुद्भवम् अद्भुतमद्भुत ताकु जनन्दरि ततकु जनन्दरि ता दिदिशुत काल विदिशुत शील गदिचयनील धृतपदलोल ताकु जनन्दरि ततकु जनन्दरि ता जनन्दरि ता धिमित किट जणु ता धिमित किट धिमिताक धिमित किट धिमिताक धिमित किट धिमिता कता तत्तों तत्तै किटतकतरि किटतों तरिकिट तरिकिट ताकु जनन्दरि ततकु जनन्दरि ता जनन्दरि ता धिमित किट जणु ता धिमितित्तय्यत्तरिकिट तकताकजम् अतिशय सुतनृतपदकरपादजम् सरसलोक मुरडी रवना दसकल लोक सम्मोहनगी ततक्कुदिन्न दगदिन्दगदगदातैताङ्गदातैता दृगतकतकदिन्नत्ता गदातैताङ्गदातैता कदम्बकिसलय मिलितनूपुरपदञ्जलित कृतपादत्तां तिल्लान दृगतिल्ला न दृगदृगतिल्ला नाकिटतुं गतन्नन्नङ्गिटतुं कतैकतुं तगताकिटतरिकिटतं तदीं तदुं तदै तगजोरगबन्ध अद्भुतङ्ग शिरसि चलनं चलनं कृतनं इदनं कृदनं इद चन्द्रवदङ्गर कङ्कण किञ्चितनङ्गननं पदरदरद दिमि दिमि जणु जणुदं तदात्तदिल्ल नगनगभूषण तगिड तगस् तडाय बुधकर मन्दस् स्मितकरवर पूजित पदयुಗಳ हरि जय विजयी भवनंद कुमार व्रज जन परमानंद किशोर काळीय नटनानंद गंभीर करुणा रसयुध भाव शरीर नमद मधुकर मधुपदरळ समनयन कमलदळ चरण मुनि हृदयमपि जोर दयाकर मुरारि श्रीकर मद मधुकर मधुपदरळ समनयन कमलदळ चरण मुनि हृदयमपि जोर दयाकर मुरारि श्रीकर मद मधुकर मधुपदरळ समनयन कमलदळ हृदयमपि चोरजाकर दयाकर मुरारि श्रीकर. So now we are happy to have questions from all of you.
Thank you very much, Vidushi, Aruna, Sairam, Vidwan Shri L. Ramakrishnan, Vidwan Shri Patri Satish Kumar. I think that was a deeply immersive but also exhilarating experience. I can speak for myself and also convey, I'm sure, the thunderous applause that is coming in from audiences everywhere. Much like Bhadrachala Ramdas said, O Rama ni namam yemi ruchira. I think we all experienced a similar sweetness in our musical palates when we heard your Purvi Kalyani and the Jayanta Shri and the Tirtha Vithala and also the Gregorian chants. So thank you very much for that. And the screen was really no barrier. I think we have some time for questions. And
Yes.
if the artists are willing, I'd like to pose the first question, some of which we've
Absolutely.
sourced from the audience. My
Yes.
first question is about Manodharma. I know that, Aruna ma'am, you referenced Manodharma in the concert as well, as you took us through all the technicalities and meanings of the compositions you rendered. And as effortless and enjoyable it seems, I know it requires years of training. So I wanted to ask all three artists whether you could speak to us about what parts of Manodharma you found most challenging during your training years and how you overcame it through practice.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to speak, but I would like to ask Patriji if he would like to speak a little bit about, yeah? Ramakrishnan? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, as far as I am concerned, I know it's difficult to believe for some people if I say this, but when I was about 8 or 9 or even 10, if somebody came home, my mother would ask me to sing one short ragam. She would say, just sing about 2 minutes of Saveri or Begada. And for the life of me, I couldn't. I just couldn't. And I want all of you out there to know that it is all right not to be able to do something. It's not necessary. None of us is born a genius, except maybe certain blessed souls. All of us have to pass through the path of learning, and we have to learn, learn, and learn. So I didn't know how to do raga alapana, nothing, but little by little, practice by practice, applying myself, learning, making mistakes. The greatest lesson, learning curve is make mistakes. You know, when somebody asked someone, what do you do? How is it that you grew so much in life? He said, yeah, there are only 2 words for it. He said, yeah, make mistakes. Then how did you improve? Take experience. So these are the 2 mantras: make mistake, take experience, and grow. That is about it.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a question from another perspective. But first of all, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And it was, I think, for me personally, I kind of shifted to another world where it is all just music throughout.
Yeah.
So my question is, like, with this COVID-19 and lockdown, the new normal is Zoom meetings, online classes, and everything. So as musical artist, how is it, like, how challenging is it for you, for like as you did today, to perform a virtual concert?
It is indeed very challenging because everyone thrives. We are animals that thrive in a community. That is how God created us. So we all need that community. We need family, but we need community too. And more so with musicians, because you saw how we were performing today. We were feeding off each other. We look into each other's eyes. We feel each other's smile. We know, and one is inspiring the other. And if that is not there, life seems very dry. So it is difficult, but we are somehow, hanging on to the dream that yes, we're going to, it's all going to be all right, that we are going to be able to continue. So when you're pushed against the wall, there is no other way but to think only good things. You cannot afford to have bad thoughts. And so if that is true, then we have to sort of hope that all this will come to an end. And in the meanwhile, we have the wonderful technology to bind us to each other.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I have another question, which is slightly lighter question, and also to all three artists. Of course, musicians, much like everybody else, may also have their own quirks and superstitions. I know of musicians who sleep with a score sheet under their pillow before the night of the concert. Others have to cough 3 times. I wanted to ask if the three of you have a set of superstitions of your own and whether you would be willing to share at least one of them.
Oh, sure. I am going to, but this time I'm not letting Ramakrishnan and Satish Kumar go. You have to answer. Tell me, what's your quirk?
It's a very boring answer. I don't have a superstition.
Really? Oh, this guy is extremely evolved. He doesn't have any quirks. What about you, Satish ji?
Thinking of my gurus and
Yes.
but I do it every time that I think.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
That's amazing. So, yeah, I always keep a picture of, I'm a devotee of Raghavendra Swami and Mahaperiyava. So I always keep a picture of, I'm just looking for that picture and I can't find it, but it's here, somewhere here. It's always near me when I'm singing. Even for the sound check, I will have to have that. And I always take the blessings of these gurus, and it's just invoking their positive vibrations, and then I am off to the experience of singing.
Thank you, ma'am. And we have a question from Lata Shankaram ma'am from Bangalore.
Okay.
She says, Arunaji, your song Madu Mekum Kanna is a favorite song of me and my granddaughter Sitara and several other kids who transform themselves to little Krishna when you sing. Can you tell us how you conceptualize this piece? And also a request from all of us, if you could sing a few lines of the piece.
Sure, I will sing. I'll tell you how I began to sing this piece. This piece, one day I was leafing through my grandmother's handwritten notebook. My grandmother's. She was living in the village of Shirigamani near Trichinapalli. And there this song was there, Madu Mekum Kanne. And so my mother and I sort of said, let's just sing this song, and we just tuned it in whatever, all folk tunes, all states have a kind of a standard Janagana Mana kind of a folk tune, which is their anthem, So accordingly, we just tuned that song and I started singing it. And one day there was some thematic concert, and by chance I just sang this song. Now the thing is, the sound has suddenly changed. I don't know why. The thing is, after that day, I'm not able to complete a concert without singing that song. It has become a kind of a comedy of errors, so to say, and I cannot finish a concert without that Madu Mekum Kanne. Later on, I came to know that every village in Tamil Nadu used to sing the song for that Pinnal Kolatam, that they used to do these Navaratri time, the young girls would dance around with long ropes of cloth, and they used to make designs, and these songs used to be sung. So all the people who hear this, they say, oh, my grandmother used to sing this song. So we've all gone back to our grandmothers through this song and our childhood through this song. Maybe I'll sing just a verse of Madu Mekum Kanne, okay?
Thank you.
மாடு மேய்க்கும் கண்ணே நீ போக வேண்டாம் சொன்னேன், மாடு மேய்க்கும் கண்ணே நீ போக வேண்டாம் சொன்னேன். காய்ச்சின பால் தரேன், கல்கண்டு சீனி தரேன். காய்ச்சின பால் தரேன், கல்கண்டு சீனி தரேன். கை நிறைய வெண்ணெய் தரேன். வெயிலே போக வேண்டாம் மாடு மேய்க்கும் கண்ணே நீ போக வேண்டாம் சொன்னேன். கை சின்ன பாலும் வேண்டாம், கல்கண்டு சீனி வேண்டாம். கை சின்ன பாலும் வேண்டாம், கல்கண்டு சீனி வேண்டாம். உல்லாசமாய் மாடு மேய்த்து ஒரு நொடியில் திரும்பிடுவேன். போக வேணும் தாயே தடை சொல்லாதே நீயே. போக வேணும் தாயே தடை சொல்லாதே நீயே.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And I think in closing, we have another audience question about
Yes.
how your mother is a big inspiration for you. So
Yeah.
Malini Vishwanath wanted to ask, what was your mother's first response when you won the Sangeeta Kalaniti?
Well, my mother left her physical body many years ago. I was very young when she left. I was barely 20. Of course, there are people who lose their mothers earlier, sadly, but at the age of 20, 21, it was hard. And all my development and growth, it was almost like she fed and fed and fed a lot of information into me, and all of it was like capsulized, and it was in a seed format. And strangely, after she left, it just started growing. It grew into a sapling, and then it grew into a plant, and it kept growing, and it is still growing. So I'm sure she is there, and I'm sure she's watching me, and she must be very happy, I'm sure. Because she used to tell me, you have to sing, and I used to say, no, I don't want to sing. I'll study, I'll do doctorate in chemistry, I want to go to America, I will do this, that, all these things I used to tell her. But she would just smile. She never forced me. She would just smile. And now she'll be smiling from there.
Absolutely. Let me thank you all again for that beautiful concert and for sharing your music with us. I would, in closing, also like to thank our supporters, the Department of Youth Affairs, the Ministry of Textiles, the Ministry of Culture, SRF Foundation, Ashok Leyland, Takshila Educational Society, Dr. Vikram Seth, and Kusumgar, without whose generous contributions this event would not have been a reality.
Yeah, and I would like to thank Dr. Kiran Seth for having started this miraculously wonderful movement called SPIC MACAY, and the whole country, all of us owe a great deal to him. And I particularly thank Rashmi ji for having invited me to be here today and sing for all of you. Very happy.
Thank you, ma'am. Before we close, tomorrow
Yes.
we start day 3 with a yoga workshop at 4 a.m., followed by the intensive workshop from 9 to 12. Then we have Harikatha by Vidushi Vishaka Hari, and then a talk by Srimati Anjali Elamenan. In the evening, we have a Mohan Veena concert by Pandit Vishwamohan Bhatt and Odissi performance by Vidushi Sujata Mohapatra. We hope to see you all tomorrow with the same energy and enthusiasm. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day.